Welcome to day 50 of our school year. Let's go ahead and fill in that last box in the row. 5 complete rows now. All right. Let's get down our beginning fraction. We have a total of 180 school days. We are on day 50. 50, is that prime or composite? Well, it's an even number, so it is composite. You can always check on your prime number sieve if you're not sure. But the only even number that is prime is the number 2. So we need to do the prime factorization for both our denominator and our numerator. Okay, let's see, it ends in a 0, so I can divide by 5. I can get 3 groups of 5 out of 18, and I have 30, so I can get 6 groups of 5 out of 30. Okay, 3 plus 6 is 9, so I can divide by 3. 3 is a factor. I can get 1 group of 3 out of 30 and 2 groups of 3 out of 6. That's even, so I can divide by 2. I get 6. It's even, I can divide by 2. I get 3. When I get to a prime number at the bottom, I'm done. 50 is even, so I can divide by 2. I get 25. That ends in a 5. I can divide by 5. I get 5. When I get to a prime number, I am done. Let's get down our prime factorization. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. And then here, 2 times 5 times 5. So let's find those factors in common. I have a 2 here. I have a 5 here. So 2 times 5 is 10. I'm left with a 5 in the numerator, and then 2 times 3 is 6, times 3 is 18, 5/18ths. So since 10 is our greatest common factor, let's go ahead and make groups of 10. Remember to keep your shaded separated from your unshaded, and make sure there's groups of 10 in each group. 10 in each group. If you want to do it a different way than I'm doing it, you may absolutely do so. Okay, let's count up our total amount of groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because when I divide by 5, divide by 10, it moves it from the tens place to the ones place. Moves it from the tens place to the ones place, from the hundreds to the tens, because each place is either 10 times greater or 10 times less. That's our base 10 system. Let's go ahead and prove it with our algorithm. Dividing both by 10. All right. I know 10 times 10 is 100. Use what I know. Numbers the same, zeros a game. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, zeros a game. So I'm going to have, I can take more groups of 10 out of 80. So I'm going to bring the 80 up here. And 8 times 10 is 80. Numbers the same, zeros a game. 10 plus 8 is 18. Here, 5 times 10 is 50. Numbers the same, zeros a game. So we still need to check divisor times quotient plus remainder, divisor times quotient plus remainder. Now you may have noticed up here that 18 times 10 would give you 180. I just want to show you there's more than one way to get to that right answer. Now, since both of our remainders are 0 and the identity property of addition says when you add 0 it stays the same, we don't need to actually add it if it's just going to stay the same. So here our placeholder moves it over a place. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 1 is 5. So 50 matches our dividend. Check. 180 matches our dividend. Check. So our fraction is definitely 5/18. All right, let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page. We're still in trimester 1, week 11. Today is 10/18/19. And our fraction for today is 5/18. Okay, we did groups of 10. Let's get out your number line. And we have a few to get down. 10, we have 1/18. So 2/18, which is equivalent to 1/9. That's the simplest form. It's also equivalent to 4/36, 5/45, 10/90, and of course 20/180. We have 3/18. Its simplest form is 1/6, or our equivalent fraction in lowest terms. It's also equivalent to 5/30, 6/36, 10/60, 15/90, and 30/180. Okay, then there's 4/18, which its equivalent fraction in lowest terms, or simplest form, is 2/9. But it's also equivalent to 10/45, 20/90, and 40/180. But then we have today's 5/18. There are no lines below it because this is the simplest form, or the equivalent fraction in lowest terms. But there is one in the 5s. 5 is a common factor. And in the 2s, 2 is a common factor. And then today's beginning fraction, 50/180. All right, let's go ahead and put your number line away, erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.